got a lot to talk about today, guys, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, this is a cool UFO video, or two videos, filmed by Paul Oglesby Jr. and his dad, Sr., 6 miles apart, but both seeming to show the same object. So we're probably not looking at a plane or something here. I think that one of these videos would probably show the familiar lights of a plane, if this were a plane. And also 6 miles away, so probably not a bird or a bug. I think it's just a really cool capture where you can see that this object, and there is a plane, so you can see what a plane looks like. I think those are birds, never mind. But yeah, so the video, cool UFO video filmed by Paul and his dad, who put a lot of these videos up. And I just think that's fantastic. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Meanwhile, remember the alien caught on the Ring camera? Yeah, this guy right there, you can see in the bottom right of the screen. And this is a video from Latchkey Hustle, who does a great analysis of this video, even highlighting the seeming interference from the being on the camera itself, which is really incredible. Yeah, you can see it briefly there in that flash where it gets all strange. And you can see the words become blurry and so on. And yeah, he's done a good analysis of this video where you can see this being, and then we get the slow-mo of this guy. I've done a full video on this, so go see that. Or go see Latchkey Hustle's video, where it does a really good deep dive into this video. Well, now we have a new analysis of this alien caught on ring camera video from crime scene video analyst Scott Roeder. So let's go over what Scott has to say. And I've had Scott on the channel before talking about the Las Vegas aliens. I like Scott a lot. He says, anomalous creature confirmed in LA, June 5th, 2025. See my report. Okay, well, let's see his report. The video was captured at 1:03 a.m., and it goes through the information about the video, when it was filmed. He goes and does an interview with Jessica, the homeowner. She says, Jessica posted the ring camera video to her Instagram account approximately 60 minutes after the event occurred. This is confirmed by both the metadata of the ring camera footage and social media account. So probably not enough time for her to cook up some CGI, I think is what he's saying here. But the metadata bears this out, and you can read at your leisure this interview that he has with Jessica. I've already shared some of Jessica's thoughts on this. And then Scott creates a 3D image of what this being might have looked like. Here's what Scott thinks this being may have looked like if the video were a little clearer and if the being were in motion. Interesting. Got this weird kind of shell-like structure on its back. Kind of got a pot belly going on. Needs to work out a little bit more. I mean, don't we all? But yeah, so Scott goes on. Jessica confirmed the video's authenticity and the accuracy of the information provided, affirming her commitment to truthfulness. The investigation, conducted with meticulous attention to detail, supports the authenticity of Jessica's account and the unusual events that transpired that night. Submitted by Scott G. Roeder, crime scene reconstruction expert. So there you go. Scott is confirming the legitimacy of this video. And, you know, that's definitely not a boy with underwear on his head, referring, of course, to Dobby the House Elf video, which is not a boy with underwear on his head. That has been debunked. That if you think that's what happened, go check that out. I've talked about this before. The news team went over there and got the boy to wear some underwear on his head and to go out in front of the camera. And yeah, it's not him. So then he says it wasn't him. Wasn't him. But this is definitely not him. This is an alien or something. Let me know what you think about this, but I think this is super fantastic that Scott Roeder has analyzed this footage and confirmed it to be legit. I just love it. And yeah, John at Latchkey Hustle goes into much more detail on this, again examining the interference from the being on the camera. See how it flashes and blurs there as the being appears? Everything was crystal clear just moments earlier, and then all of a sudden it gets all blurry. Even the words on that sign get blurry and hard to read. Yeah, right there. As the being passes under. Really interesting. And then apparently the being goes and uses the back gate. Uh, I think about these being like phasing in through walls and things, not using gates, but apparently they use gates. So just great stuff, guys. And again, go check out John's full video on this. Awesome stuff. And go check out Scott Roeder's analysis and interview with the homeowner. Meanwhile, speaking of strange encounters with anomalous beings, Tim Clark sent me this awesome article from the U.S. Sun. Never alone. Horrifying moment. 4-foot tall see-through alien is spotted taking a riverside stroll. Okay, I'll bite. And there's a picture of this see-through alien, this humanoid-looking being. Wow. Somehow the figure does not have a reflection in the water. Okay, that could be suspicious, but we'll go through the article. It was spotted taking a stroll on the banks of the Pilcomayo River in Tarija, Bolivia. The being didn't look alarmed or unaware of the photo. It looked like it was staring directly into the camera, the witness said. Even more strangely, the alien appeared to have no reflection in the water. UFO experts are now analyzing the image for its authenticity. The being has been named the alien from Tarija as the process goes on. It looks like a transparent being with long limbs, typical of a gray being, ufologist Javier Carlos Cordero has said. But we must determine the veracity of it, the authenticity of it. So, yeah, I mean, I would love it if this could be confirmed as a legit sighting of a being, of an NHI. So let me know what you guys think. I'll definitely be keeping my eyes on the story. But if you see it before I do, let me know so we can confirm or debunk this video. Meanwhile, this is a really interesting video that's been making the rounds. A lot of people are talking about this. Having to do with recent findings from Beatrice Villarreal, if I'm getting her name correct. We'll go to Beatrice's page here. Beatrice Villarreal, an astronomer on lookout for objects and artifacts from ET civilizations. Vasco Project and Exoprobe. My views are my own. And the gentleman who is speaking is this guy right here, Dennis Asberg, Ocean X Team CEO, owner of the company. One of my findings is the Baltic Sea Anomaly. This was originally not in English, but this is an AI dubbing provided by Pavel Ibarra. So thank you, Pavel. And I'm going to play a bit of this clip.
And we've said, Beatrice and a few others have this scientific data to share. But what's going to happen now is that they're working on it right now to present it internationally later on. I'm doing this because I could, but I feel like, why not? I have words now. And now it's happened. In a scientific way, it's been calculated, analyzed, and checked back and forth constantly. And apparently, things are happening around us. And as I said a little while ago, I understand why this information shouldn't come out to humanity. It's absolutely unbelievable. And now I know what it's about. And I wish I could tell you everything right now. I can't. I'm not allowed to. But I actually asked Beatrice. I mentioned this. She gave me approval to say this much. I can't mention what it's actually about.
More vague booking about things that are coming down the pike. Well, we'll see. But, apparently Beatrice and her people have discovered something through their work on astronomy or in astronomy. Pavel is speculating this could be something in low Earth orbit. Very well could be. I think that's as good a speculation as any. Maybe they've found something far out, something coming toward us. We'll see when and if Beatrice releases her information, but Dennis Asberg is suggesting that whatever it is could potentially be alarming. So definitely be very interested to see where this goes, if it goes anywhere. I hear these claims all the time. Something big is coming, something big is coming. Oh, we've got the data. It's on the way. But that rarely actually materializes. So we'll see if this particular claim materializes. It's certainly intriguing. It's certainly, food for thought. So let me know what you think about these very interesting claims and potential findings from Beatrice via Roel. Meanwhile, Scott Waring wants to know if this is a picture of a ghost. People left unsettled after spotting ghost hidden in group photo. So can you see it? Paranormal news. Okay, well, let's check this out. You can see this weird, creepy face in this group photo. Is that, could that be a person in there? Like a flesh and blood person? Or is that CGI? Is that a hoax? Or is that actually a ghost? I mean, there are ghosts. Sometimes they do show up in photos. This is the picture directly from the article itself on Daily Mail. It doesn't give any additional information or any ways that we could, corroborate or validate this photo as legit. So let me know what you guys think, and if you do see anything to confirm or deny this photo, let me know. Meanwhile, I had to share this post from Wixie. We had talked about images from the Citadel, the site where the Nazca mummies were found the other day. We had an interview with Wixie with Lee Wicks. Definitely go check out that interview where we discussed these images and videos from the Citadel. Well, one of the things that we talked about were these pictures of Maria, supposedly wearing a golden tiara or crown. And, I was wondering, is that really Maria in those photos? It's hard to tell from the angle. Well, Lee Wixie has found an angle of Maria that looks dead on for that being in the photo wearing the tiara. So here we go. This is Maria from a different angle where you can see this straighter curve there as opposed to the more round appearance when you look at her head on. And this is the image of her wearing a tiara in the Citadel, supposedly. And yeah, the shape of the eye is very, very similar. You can see the straight line there, and again, the straight line there, slightly different angle on it. But very compelling evidence that indeed we're looking at the same being, Maria, and here she is wearing this tiara. If this is true, this might shed some light on the rest of the images and the videos from the Citadel. If this artifact is legit and Maria was originally wearing it, then might those other photos and videos of beings wearing armor and breastplates and so on, might they be legit too? And all the various artifacts that were found supposedly in the Citadel. And I've gone over this again and again and again with you guys. I'm just so fascinated by that footage, whether it turns out to be legit or not. Is that legit? It doesn't look legit, but maybe it is. If Maria's tiara is real. Oh yeah, and the being makes a clicking noise. Let's go to the clicking noise. Yeah, I don't know. And then they go to the hands, which are a dead ringer for the giant hands that they have found, the severed giant hands. Yeah, and here's being wearing the armor and the breastplate and so on. So are these beings real? Have they been sold onto the black market? Because those beings are not any of the beings that we're familiar with that have been studied by Thierry Jamon or Jaime's teams. In this video, I believe, shows a living being, supposedly. Was this being really alive when it was videoed? I think if you look closely, you'll see some movement. Yeah, this one clearly moves. Now, that could easily be somebody pulling on strings, but maybe they're pulling the strings of a corpse that is a real corpse of a NHI. Where are these beings? Where's all that armor? Were any of these beings alive, like that guy? Yeah, in that video, that being seems to be closing his eyes against the light that's shining on him, kind of screwing his face up. So that'd be a very complicated puppet to create. Now, I'm not saying it's legit. I'm not saying it's not. I just want to have these questions answered. They're definitely important questions to get answered. I really kind of don't want these videos to be real because if they are real, they seem to show Tomb Raiders, humans, killing these NHI, these unarmed NHI in their own territory. So really horrifying if this is real. It's kind of fun to think about living beings in this vast complex underground that living beings, some of whom may still be there in unexplored areas of the Citadel. But it's horrifying to think that some of these were murdered by human beings. So I kind of don't want these videos to be real, but if they are real, we need to know. We need answers on whether they are or not. So good on you, Wixie, for giving us a possible clue as to whether or not they are. Meanwhile, everybody liked the elephant video the other day, so check this out. This elephant, he just wants a piggyback ride. I mean, what's up with this? This human won't give him a piggyback ride? What the hell? That's just mean. That's just mean. That's so cute. All right, let me know what you think about this baby elephant wanting a piggyback ride and everything else covered today in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road, go to the merch store. Buy a t-shirt. I'd love that. That'd be awesome. You can become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate your support. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours before everybody else. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.